What's up, guys? Coming to you today with a full slate of NBA and MLB action here on Friday, April 24th. I'll give you my favorite pick on the side and over-under on each game. We're going to break down all three NBA playoff games and the full MLB slate. I'll give you my favorite underdog pick of the day and my massive lock. So as a thank you to me, take that 10th of a second and slam that like button. It really helps get these videos promoted out there on YouTube. It's a big part to keep me motivated to grind out one of these videos for you guys for free every single solitary day. Also, take a second and check below, see if you are subscribed to the channel. Subscribing is absolutely free. It keeps you updated on when we post a new video. And guys, we're on the road to 100,000 subscribers this year. Join the community, be part of the group here. Let's see if we can build that number up. We can see that around 44% of our viewers are not subscribed to the channel. Also, you can share these videos out there with any friends, colleagues, family members, anyone you know that's interested in sports or sports betting, and maybe we can help them out along the way here as well. Also, get down there in the comments, ask me anything you want to across the sporting world. I'm more than happy to get back to you, and if you ask me a question I don't know the answer to, I can reach out to the premium handicappers over there at Stump the Spread and see what they have to say. Also, while you're down there in the comments, make sure you're checking the pinned comment. That's the top comment below the video. That's where you'll find my favorite picks from every single video. You'll also find a link to stumpthespread.com so you can get over there and check out all the great stuff over there every single day. There are free picks every day under the free picks tab. There is also that free email newsletter that's been a great resource all year long. And you definitely got to check out those premium picks over there at stumpthespread.com. A crazy amount of work goes into them on a daily basis. In terms of our results from a pretty busy Thursday out there, things are off to a reasonable start. The beginning of the day wasn't ideal, obviously, with that no-run first inning breaking out for us there on that Milwaukee-Detroit game. Bull starters, including Skubal, not great out there, so that was an annoying one. We did cash the Padres at minus 150, and it was an insane come-from-behind win for them as they rallied to take advantage of that Rockies bullpen and really pull that one out of the fire there late. We still got the Twins at minus 115 live right now here at time of recording. They're late in that game. They managed to tie it up there late. We'll see. They've cut the bases loaded with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th, so oh no. Well, now they're down by 3, so we'll see what happens. Craziness at the end of that game. We're still live there on the under in that Pirates-Rangers game, and we already cashed both our dog of the day and our massive lock of the day. Our dog of the day was the Atlanta Hawks plus 1.5. An insanely close game there. The Hawks eventually get the win thanks to some clutch shot making from CJ McCollum and a big defensive stand there causing the Brunson turnover to end that game. We also cashed the Yankees at minus 155 as our massive lock of the day. Schlittler gave up 1 earned run over 8 innings of work, and the Yankees only get 4 runs on 10 hits, so this one could have been more of a blowout. They end up with a 4-2 win there, and we'll cash our lock of the day pretty comfortably. So let's see if we can keep the roll going here. We got a busy Friday. We got 3 NBA games and a full slate of MLB, so let's go ahead and get after it. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're getting over there to stumpthespread.com. Check out all the great stuff over there. And now let's get after it, guys. First up, we're looking at the Boston Celtics heading to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers in a series that is now tied up at 1 game apiece. I'm not sure what really happened there in game 2, whether it was a case of Boston taking their foot off the gas or if it was just a case of the 76ers playing amazing. Maybe it's a little bit of a combination of both. In that game, Boston cannot be too thrilled with what they let happen. They lose a 111-97. Tatum plays okay, but not great. We see Jaylen Brown put up 36 points on very efficient shooting numbers, so he was really good out there, but the bench is pretty terrible. Pritchard only had 4 points in 27 minutes. Vooch actually had 9 points in 18 minutes. He was a minus 7. Boston shot 26% from 3. You shoot 26% from 3, you're going to lose a lot of NBA games. So we'll see what they can do to kind of bounce back here in Game 3 going on the road. Not always the easiest thing to do in the playoffs. The Celtics are fully healthy for this game, so that's at least something in the right direction for them. In terms of the 76ers, they got to feel great about how things went there in Game 2. Paul George had 19 pretty efficient points. The real star of the show was VJ Edgecombe in this one. He had 30 points, 12 of 20 from the field, 6 of 10 from 3. He was a plus 17 and just looked amazing out there. Drummond put up 10 off the bench. That was good work from him. Didn't miss a shot. Maxey was pretty good. He had 29 points, 11 of 28 from the field, so not the most efficient shooting numbers, but he was still pretty good. And Kelly Oubre knocked down some shots as well. As a team, they shot 49% from 3. You do that, you're going to win some games. So we'll see what they can do in this one. Obviously, the big news is whether or not Embiid could play or not. Apparently, he's been upgraded to doubtful for this one. I do not see him coming back yet. I would expect this to be a situation maybe he could play in Game 4, maybe, but more like Game 5 if he can play at all, which remains very up in the air in my opinion. Looking at the numbers for this game, guys, the 76ers are getting 7.5 points here at home. We've got a total of 215.5. Boston, they are 26-15 against spread on the road. That's an NBA best mark against spread on the road. They are 18-8 against spread after a loss. That is also an NBA best. They are 26-15 to the under on the road. The 76ers are 20-22 against spread at home, 21-15 against spread after a win, 22-10 to the under at home. Given those trends, maybe you want to look at under 215.5 in this game. I don't think that's insane, but much better than that, guys. I will be taking the Boston Celtics here. You can take them on the money line if you're looking for more of a sure thing. You could take them at -7.5 if you're looking to get a little bit of extra value. I think they will comfortably win this game by double digits against a 76ers team that's going to be drastically overmatched if Boston can figure out their jump shooting a little bit. Next up, guys, we're looking at the Los Angeles Lakers heading to Houston to take on the Rockets. The Lakers won game 1 and then followed that up with a big win there in game 2, really making the Rockets look pretty freaking bad out there. The Lakers once again shot the ball really well from 3, 46% from long range. LeBron, Hachimura, Marcus Smart going 5 of 7 there from long range. Luke Kennard going 3 for 6. Nobody made a 3 off the bench, but overall a very good effort from the Lakers. And even the bench put up good plus-minus numbers. LeBron, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, some incredibly athletic plays for a guy that's 1,000 years old. Ayton was kind of a no-show in this game, and they still managed to get the win. Marcus Smart, I mean, you're not going to see him shoot the ball that well all the time. So we'll see what the Lakers can do here to keep things rolling. They do come into this game looking pretty much fully healthy. Now, obviously, no Luka yet. Austin Reeves, dealing with that oblique issue, is officially questionable for this game. So apparently he's getting pretty close, and that would be a big boost there in terms of the offense for the Lakers. So that is a step in the right direction. We don't have any reason to think Luka could potentially play in this game, so that'll be a bit of a wait and see spot. But I don't really expect him to be back for this one. We'll see. They don't want to rush him too much, and they're up 2-0. So why would they miss a round? It sounds like the Lakers are not really expecting Luka to be back here in the first round, which they're in great shape. Now the Rockets, they got to feel terrible going down 0-2 against a very less than full strength Lakers team. Now the Rockets have struggled all year long. Really don't have a point guard on this team. They played Reed Shepherd almost no minutes there in game 2, and that backfired aggressively, although he looked terrible in the 11 minutes that he was out there. Sengun, a decent night, but not great. Durant had 9 turnovers in the loss. It was just a terrible look out there for the Rockets. They struggled, and it couldn't really look all that much worse. Ime Udoka, I think, is doing a terrible job of coaching in this series. I don't think any of his moves have really worked. Durant is questionable for game 3 with a left ankle sprain, so that's additional terrible news there for the Houston Rockets. For some reason, and this feels like the trap of the century, the Rockets are 8.5 or 9-point favorites in this game. That is mind-blowing to me, I'll be honest. We got a total of 207.5. The Lakers are 21-20 against spread on the road, 30-24 against spread after win, 22-19 to the under on the road. The Rockets are 17-24 against spread at home, 15-16 against spread after loss, 24-16-1 to the under at home. With a total this low, I will be looking at the over just slightly. I'm not going to get too involved in the total in this one. Or total of 207.5. Yeah, I will be leaning a little bit towards the over, but I can't fade the Lakers here getting 9 points. It's too insane to me. I don't know that they win this game straight up. Obviously, the odds makers are expecting Durant to play and for this whole Rockets team to play much better, but I'm just not really buying it. Give me the Lakers here getting 9 points. In our last NBA game, before we hop over and cover that full MLB slate, we got to look at the San Antonio Spurs heading to Portland to take on the Trailblazers in another series that is now tied up at 1 game apiece. The Spurs, a 106-103 loss with Wemby missing the majority of the game is not really a terrible look. In that loss, we saw, some guys stepped up. Cornette and Dylan Harper both playing well off the bench, like we saw from Castle, Vassell. De'Aaron Fox, really somebody that should be looking to fill the void a little bit more. He did not play particularly well, and Vassell going 0 of 5 from 3 didn't help. They shot only 29% from long range. That is not really what you're looking for as the San Antonio Spurs. So the big news for San Antonio is, will Wemby be able to come back and play? Right now, that remains a bit up in the air. He's questionable for this game. A whole bunch of weird hoops he's got to jump through there for the NBA concussion protocol. So we'll see what happens. If he can clear the protocol before the tip for this game, they'd be able to get him out there on the floor. But it appears, based on the spread, the odds makers don't think he'll be able to play here in game 3. We will have to wait and see on that. The Blazers have to be thrilled with being able to get a win in this series in general after game 1 went so poorly. In game 2, it's going to go down in history as the Scoot Henderson game. He put up 31 points on incredible shooting splits. How often in his life, or at least his professional basketball playing career, have we seen Scoot Henderson go 5 of 9 from long range? Not often. Donovan Clingan shot 6 threes. I'm not sure that's something Portland wants to see all the time. Robert Williams III had 11 points off the bench. Shadian Sharp had 9 off the bench. Drew Holiday, not the most efficient shooting night, and Denny Angeva really took a back seat. So we'll see what Portland can do in this one. I'm not necessarily expecting miracles from them, although they are back at home. They've got a clean bill of health, so that's very helpful for them as well. They're getting 2.5 points in this game, which really makes me think the odds makers are convinced we will not see Wembanyama in this game. We've got a total of 220.5. The Spurs are 23-17-1 against spread on the road, 14-7 against spread after loss, 23-18 to the under on the road. Portland is 25-16 against spread at home, 21-22 against spread after a win, 25-16 to the over at home. I think under 220.5 is a reasonable lean in this game for sure. I don't think we're going to see some insano offensive performance from either one of these teams. I think the Blazers are likely to have a bit of a regression shooting night. At least we're going to see Scoot have a regression shooting night. So I will be leaning towards the Spurs here at -2.5, in addition to looking at that under. I think San Antonio has enough here to beat the Trailblazers, even with no Wembanyama, and there's always the off chance that Wemby somehow makes it through the concussion protocol and plays in this game, in which case I would jump in on this thing early. You're going to get fantastic value because that spread is going to move a ton if Wemby comes back. Hey guys, before we dive in and cover the full MLB slate, we got to shout out the sponsor of today in every day's video, and that is StumpTheSpread.com. You can click the link in the description or in the pinned comment to go over there and see the top confidence picks from our entire team of experienced cappers. Right now, guys, our premium members are getting daily MLB, NBA, NHL, and UFC picks. Keep in mind, those premium picks are often not going to match what you see from me here in the videos, as I'm not the premium MLB, NHL, UFC, anything like that handicapper over there at StumpTheSpread.com. We have a team of experts covering every one of these major sports, and they're putting in a crazy amount of work every single solitary day to bring you the best picks they possibly can. So definitely check out a premium membership over there at StumpTheSpread.com. But you also got to get over there and check out all the great free resources. There are free picks every single solitary day there under the free picks tab. Definitely want to be checking in on those. And also, guys, those are a great way to see what it would be like to be a premium member. You get the big write-up and everything that goes along with the pick. Also, get over there and get on that free email newsletter. It's really easy to sign up. You just set up a free account there at StumpTheSpread.com. They're asking for your name and your email address. That's it. That's 100% of the information that they're going to ask from you to get on that email list, and it is a fantastic resource. There are big write-ups on all the niche sports like golf, NASCAR, tennis, WNBA, UFC. Big write-ups on all of those. I believe there's a big write-up on the NFL draft, potentially. I'm not sure if that's a real thing, but there will be big NFL information there. There's just a wealth of great info in that email list, and every single solitary day, you get free picks, you get updates on different sports betting strategies, you get parlays, and you also get those big write-ups, especially the golf write-ups have been extremely valuable there all PGA Tour season long this year. So definitely get in the mix there on that free email newsletter. Also over at StumpTheSpread.com, you can pick up a Stump the Spread hoodie if you're interested in one of those. We are selling them right now for $39.99. That is at cost. That includes free shipping for you. We make nothing on those hoodies. We just want to make them available for anybody that wants to pick one up and rep the brand. Also, if you're a massive fan of what you're seeing from me here every single solitary day, click that little join button right below the video to sign up for a YouTube channel membership. YouTube channel members get early access to all of our videos. They get their name up on screen in every single video, but maybe most importantly, they get access to our members-only giveaways. We give away a Stump the Spread hoodie here to one random channel member here on YouTube every single solitary Monday and Thursday. That's 2 giveaways a week. The more channel members we get, the more giveaways we're going to do. Just keep that in mind. The way those giveaways work, put the name of every single YouTube channel member on a big wheel live on the video on Mondays and Thursdays. We spin that wheel, and whoever it lands on gets a Stump the Spread hoodie of their size mailed straight to their address of choice. Love doing those giveaways, guys. Like I said, the more members we get, the more giveaways we're going to do. So become a YouTube channel member if you're interested in getting in on those. And now let's go ahead and get back after it. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you get over there to StumpTheSpread.com, checking out all the great stuff over there, the free stuff, the premium stuff, and definitely get on that email newsletter. And now let's go ahead and dive back in. Our first MLB game of the day, we're going to be looking at the Detroit Tigers going on the road to take on the Cincinnati Reds. The Tigers are coming off a bumpy 5-4 win in the last game of that series in Milwaukee to win the series 3-2. They do end up walking it off, so they'll take it, but it was not necessarily easy despite Scooball being on the mound. They'll hit the ball in game 1 of this series to Framber Valdez. He's 2-1 on the year, a 3.30 ERA. His last 2 outings have been great. He shut down the Royals over 7 innings, giving up only a single run on 4 hits. Then he shut down the Red Sox there in Fenway, 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run allowed in that one. We have seen the Tigers go 4-1 this year with him on the mound. He has looked fantastic, except for that one weirdly bad start there against the Twins. So we'll see what he looks like here against the Reds. The Detroit bullpen has not been among the league leaders necessarily this year, but we have seen some strides made in the right direction, and that's semi-helpful, but overall, it hasn't been top tier. A 4.40 bullpen ERA is not what you want to see. The offense, 5, 4, 6, 6, and 4 over their last few games is okay. They're pretty squarely middle of the road. They are 12th in batting average, 11th in on-base percentage, but 16th in runs scored. So we'll see what they can do here playing at the Great American Ballpark, taking on the Cincinnati Reds, who at 16-9 on the season are tied there with the Cubs atop the NL Central. They just won 2 out of 3. They're down in Tampa Bay. They did lose the last game of that series 6-1. They'll hand the ball in this game to Andrew Abbott. Not the best beginning of the season for Abbott so far. He's 0-2, a 5.84 ERA. His last start was against the Twins up there in Minnesota, and it didn't go great. 4 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them were earned. He walked 3 and struck out 3. Control has been a bit of an issue for him this season. Also, he did just get obliterated there by the Angels, so we'll see what he can put together in this game. The bullpen there for the Reds, though, has been phenomenal. Best bullpen in the majors by bullpen ERA. They have been excellent. The offense has been a bit all over the place. They're 24th in runs scored. They're last in batting average, 27th in on-base percentage. They've scored 1, 12, 6, 7, 5, and 2 over their last few games. We'll see what they can put together here against Framber Valdez, who's been absolutely dealing. Looking at the numbers for this game, the Tigers are -135, the Reds are +115. We've got a total of 8.5. Detroit is 4-10 on the road, 7-7 to the over/under on the road. The Reds are 6-6 at home, 7-5 to the over at home. With Abbott struggling and Valdez looking so good recently, and the Tigers only at -135, that's a very affordable price, especially with Valdez on the road. Give me Detroit here, despite the fact they're playing away from home. I think they find a way to get the win in this one against Abbott, who has really had a rough time this year. Next up, guys, we're looking at the Boston Red Sox heading to Baltimore to take on the Orioles. The Red Sox just got swept in a 3-game series there against the Yankees. We cashed the Yankees there yesterday, so slam that thumbs up button if you enjoyed cashing that lock of the day. The Red Sox will hand the ball in this one to Brian Bello. He's 1-2 on the year, a 6.75 ERA. His last time out, 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs allowed, and a 4-1 loss against the soft-hitting Detroit Tigers. He has not had an amazing year. His best start was in St. Louis in a game we saw the Red Sox eventually lose. He struggled against Houston, Milwaukee, and Detroit so far this season. I'm not loving Brian Bello at the moment. The Red Sox bullpen's been decent. It's in the top 10-ish of the majors, but that has not really saved this team from floundering. They're 9-16 on the year, thanks mostly to their offense being terrible. They're 26th in the majors in runs scored. They are last in slugging percentage, 23rd in on-base percentage. Nobody's off to a particularly hot start for them, and they've scored 2, 1, 0, 8, 2, 1, and 1 over their last several games. They can hit the ball. They're taking on the Orioles, who are 12-13 on the year, not hitting the ball as hard as they wanted to. They did just win 2 out of 3 there against the Royals, scoring 8, 5, and 7 in that series, so not bad work there. They'll hand the ball in this game to Dean Kremer, who's coming off the 15-day IL. He's 0-1 on the year, a 4.09 ERA. He made 2 starts, a mediocre one against Arizona, kind of a weird one, gave up 4 runs, but only 2 of them were earned, and struck out 9. Then he went into Cleveland, 6 innings, 2 hits, 3 earned runs. That home run he gave up was a little bit tough. He's also given up 4 home runs over 2 starts this year, so he has had his issues. The Orioles bullpen has been decent this year, though, for sure. A 3.58 bullpen ERA with 9 saves is not a bad look. The offense, maybe they're figuring it out. That series against the Royals went pretty well. They're up to 15th in the majors in runs scored, 17th in batting average. Jeremiah Jackson hitting the ball well. Gunnar Henderson, 7 home runs, but only batting 189. So room for improvement, certainly. Now, looking at the numbers for this one, the Red Sox are +100. The Orioles are -120. We've got a total of 8.5 in this game. Boston's 4-8 on the road, 8-4 to the over on the road. Baltimore is 6-6 at home, 7-5 to the over at home. Just based on those trends and what we've seen from these teams in their last couple of series, I'm willing to lean just a tiny bit towards the over, but better than that, I'll definitely be leaning towards the Orioles here at Camden Yards. What will we get from Kremer? That remains a bit of an unknown, and that'll probably keep this out of the pinned comment, but I do think the Orioles are the side you want. Rapid fire through these games, we're looking at the Cleveland Guardians heading to Toronto to take on the Blue Jays. The Guardians, guys, they're 14-12 on the year. They just lost 2 out of 3 against the Astros, which is a bad look for sure, especially getting shut out in the last game of that series. They'll hand the ball in this one to Gavin Williams as they attempt to bounce back, and Gavin Williams has been great this year. He's 3-1, a 2.12 ERA. He has been dominant in 3 out of his last 4 starts. I mean, he's given up 4 earned runs over his last 4 outings, so it's been really good. The beginning of that run was a dominant 7 innings, 2 hits, no runs allowed there against the Dodgers. They've gone 4-0 over his last 4 starts. His last time out, he struck out 11 over 7 innings, giving up 3 hits and 1 earned run against the Orioles in a 4-2 win. So Gavin Williams looking amazing. The Cleveland bullpen, well, not really looking amazing. A 4.87 bullpen ERA is a huge step backwards from last year. The offense had been cooking. They're 18th in the majors now in runs scored and 18th in on-base percentage. They scored 0-8-2. 8, 4, and 4 over their last few games. They just had a series against Baltimore that went well, but their series against Houston, not so much. So we'll see what they can do in Toronto. The Blue Jays are 10-14 on the season. They just won 2 out of 3 there in LA against the Angels. They'll hand the ball in this game to Max Scherzer, who's 1-2 on the year, a 7.16 ERA. His last start was good there at Arizona, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs allowed. he has had his issues this year, getting shelled by Minnesota once, getting shelled by the Dodgers once. So we'll see what he does this time out against Cleveland, a team in need of a kind of a bounce back in general, and definitely a bounce back at the plate. The Toronto bullpen has had plenty of problems. A 4.81 bullpen ERA has them squarely in the bottom part of the majors, and the offense has not been incredible. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is hitting the ball better after a bit of a slow start, but they're still 25th in the majors in runs scored, 19th in on-base percentage. They're 7th in batting average, so we'll see what they can do to figure things out here down the stretch. Looking at the numbers for this game, the Guardians are minus 130, the Blue Jays are plus 110. We've got totals out there of 7.5 or 8. Cleveland is 6-7 on the road, 7-6 to the over on the road. Toronto 6-6 at home and 6-6 to the over/under at home. This is a spot I'll definitely be leaning towards the Guardians, despite the fact they're playing on the road. Give me Gavin Williams over Max Scherzer at this point. The fall off for Scherzer has been kind of tough. We'll see. He could have a bounce back at any point, but I think with the way Gavin Williams is looking, this is a spot to back the Guardians. Rolling through these games, we're looking at the Colorado Rockies heading to New York to take on the Mets. The Rockies just let one get away there yesterday against the Padres. They have not been having a great time this season at 10-16 on the year. They'll hand the ball here to Michael Lorenzen, who's 1-2 on the year, a 7.48 ERA. He gave up 7 hits over 5 innings in a 9-6 crazy win there over the Dodgers. Before that, he got shelled by the Astros. Before that, he had a bullpen outing against the Padres. And before that, he gave up 7 hits over 5 2/3 against Houston. Albeit, he was able to pitch out of some trouble. But Lorenzen's been all over the place this year. Have not loved that. The Rockies' bullpens looked a bit better this season, but those numbers are about to spike aggressively once that collapse there on Thursday gets put into the old machine. So we'll see how things look for them down the stretch. The offense, 8-8-0, 3-9-4 over their last few. They're 21st in runs scored, but they're top 10 in slugging percentage, so maybe some things are starting to work out for the Rockies. They're taking on the Mets here, who just finished off that game against the Twins. They eventually do win 10-8, despite the Twins really threatening there in the 9th as well. So that's annoying. Lindor on the IL with that calf strain. That's bad news for the Mets. They have won 2 in a row, though, so they went 2 out of 3 there against the Twins. We'll see what they can do here at home. Handing the ball to Freddie Peralta, who's 1-2 on the year, a 4.05 ERA. He gave up 3 runs over 5 2/3 innings against the Cubs. Gave a home run in each of his last 2 games, but both were pretty good outings. That being said, the Mets managed to lose those games, so we'll see what they can do in this one. A 3.73 bullpen ERA is not great. The offense has been okay, obviously coming off a big day, but over the course of the year, they're last in runs scored, last in on-base percentage, 29th in slugging percentage, and Lindor being out is not going to help that. Despite all those problems, they are still minus 225 in this game. The Rockies are plus 185. We've got a total of 7.5. Colorado's only 3-10 on the road, 8-5 to the under on the road. The Mets are 4-7 at home, 5-1 to the over/under at home. Maybe playing the Rockies is going to be just what the doctor ordered here for the Mets, but I am not getting involved with the New York Mets right now. Give me the Rockies here, getting plus 185. I don't know if I like this enough to make it my dog of the day. I don't really trust Lorenzen, but I definitely will not be backing the Mets at such an outrageous number. Rapid fire through these games, we get the Minnesota Twins heading to Tampa Bay to take on the Rays. The Twins are now 12-12, or maybe it's 12-13 on the season now after that loss in Game 3 against the Mets. They're going to hand the ball in Game 1 of this series to Taj Bradley, who's been amazing this year. 3-0, a 1.63 ERA, hasn't given up more than 2 earned runs in any of his 5 starts this year, has actually only given up a total of 5 earned runs over those 5 starts. His last time out was the only game we've seen the Rays lose with him on the mound. He went 6 innings, gave up 5 hits and 2 earned runs against the Reds in a game we see eventually the Rays lose 5-4. I'm expecting very good stuff from him in this outing. Obviously, he's been excellent. The bullpen for the Twins this year has not been excellent. A 4.70 bullpen ERA leaves an awful lot of room for improvement. The offense is actually coming off a decent day yesterday. They're still in the top 10 in runs scored. They're 12th in on-base percentage. Josh Bell's hitting the ball relatively well. Byron Buxton has 5 home runs, but is only batting .231. They could definitely use a little bit of a tune-up there at the plate. We'll see if they can do that here against the Tampa Bay Rays, who are 13-11 on the season. They just won 1 out of 3 against the Reds. They'll hand the ball to Drew Rasmussen, who is 1-0 on the year, a 2.75 ERA. His last time out, he got knocked around pretty aggressively by the Pirates. The Rays do eventually come back and win that one in 13 innings, but it was a bad start after a great start there against the Yankees. So we'll see which version of Rasmussen we get in this one against the Twins. The Rays bullpen has been a huge issue for them this season. Currently 4th worst in the majors, a 5.64 bullpen ERA. The offense, 6-6-1. 3-8-1 over their last few. They're 11th in runs scored, 6th in batting average, 9th in on-base percentage. I don't think they're going to be killing the ball here against Taj Bradley, though. We'll see. The Twins are plus 105 in this game. The Rays are minus 125. We've got a total of 7.5. Minnesota is 5-6 on the road, 6-5 to the over on the road. Tampa Bay is 5-4 at home, 5-3-1 to the over at home. I will not be taking the over in this game. You could maybe talk me into no run first inning. I also like the Twins here at plus 105 quite a bit with Taj Bradley on the mound. Their offense showed they can swing the bats a little bit in their last game. I don't 100% trust Rasmussen. He's had some issues this year. So, yeah, give me a little bit of a look here at Taj Bradley on the road. Cruising right along, guys, we got the Philadelphia Phillies heading to Atlanta to take on the Braves. The Phillies are now on a 9-game losing streak after losing 8-7 in the 4th game there at Wrigley Field. Now they got to head to Atlanta. Things are not necessarily getting easier. They'll hand the ball in this one to Andrew Painter. He's 1-1 on the year, a 4.42 ERA. This 23-year-old righty, I mean, he's been okay, I guess, his last couple times out. 4 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs allowed against Atlanta, and now he's got to face Atlanta again. Is not necessarily a great sign. We also saw the Phillies lose that game 4-2, so we'll see. The Phillies bullpen has not been very good. That's not going to be a huge shock to anybody. A 4.66 bullpen ERA is not great, and the offense has floundered as well. They're 28th in the majors in runs scored. They're 29th in batting average. They're 28th in on-base percentage. It's rough. They've scored 7, 2, 4, 1, 2, and 1, and 0. So yeah, it's been real bad. They're taking on the Braves, who are 18-8 on the year. They've been killing it. They just won 3 out of 4 there in Washington. Richie allowing a home run on his first MLB pitch, then getting the win. A little bittersweet there. That was pretty brutal to watch his parents. They're hyping it up. Oh, it's about to be his first major league pitch, and then it's just the most casual home run. So, yeah, that was a little bit brutal. The Braves will hand the ball in this game to Grant Holmes. He's 1-1 on the year, a 3.42 ERA, coming off a mediocre start there against the Phillies. 4 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs allowed in a game we eventually saw the Braves win 4-2. So they'll take it. He's been decent, not great, but decent in all 5 of his starts this year. So I'm expecting more decentness from Holmes. The good news for Atlanta is their bullpen can come in there and put out the fire anytime they need. A 3.12 bullpen ERA, that's been phenomenal. The offense has been cooking 7, 8, 4, 9, 4, 3, and 9 over their last few games. They are the highest scoring team in the majors this year. 1st in runs scored, 2nd in batting average, 5th in on-base percentage. They've got a slugging percentage of .454. That is 2nd best in the majors. They are killing it at the plate right now. The Phillies are plus 115. The Braves are minus 135. We've got a total of 9 in this one. The Phillies are 3-6 on the road, 5-4 to the under on the road. The Braves are 8-4 at home, 7-4-1 to the under at home. I'm not particularly interested in the total in this game, but I am interested in the Braves here at home at minus 135. It's just too good of a price for a team that's playing so much better than their opposition. Painter has not been any sort of monster out there either, and the Phillies bullpen's been so bad, and Painter doesn't go deep into games. Give me the Braves here at minus 135. If they've got to go to the bullpen, that's fine. The Phillies, that is not fine. Definitely think this is an Atlanta spot here at home. Next on the docket, we got the Los Angeles Angels heading to Kansas City to take on the Royals. The Angels are 12-14 on the year. They just won 1 out of 3 there against Toronto. They'll hand the ball in this one to Yusei Kikuchi, who has been kind of a disappointment since putting on an Angels uniform, if we're going to be honest. He's 0-2 this year, a 5.63 ERA. His last start, he finally had a good one. His first good start of the year, 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs allowed, struck out 8 and walked 1 against the Padres. In a game the Angels would eventually lose 4-1. So he looked good in that outing. That has not always been the case for him this season. Really, this is his only good outing. So we'll see what he looks like in this one. The bullpen behind him, definitely not great. A 4.74 bullpen ERA is a huge problem. The Angels' offense is coming off a game where they put up 7 runs. Trout has 8 home runs now, so that's good news. They're 6th in runs scored, 25th in batting average, but 10th in on-base percentage and 11th in slugging percentage. So there are definitely some positives for this team at the plate still. We'll see what they can do against the Royals, who are off to a nightmare start. They're 8-17 on the year. They just lost 2 out of 3 against Baltimore. They're going to hand the ball in this one to Noah Cameron. He's 1-1 this year, a 5.40 ERA. He's gotten shelled in back-to-back starts, struggling against the White Sox, and then really struggling there against the Yankees. He's given up 5 total home runs over his last 2 outings. Something's wrong with Noah Cameron. So we'll see what happens with him, but it's not looking good. The Royals' bullpen's been the worst bullpen in the majors this year by bullpen ERA, and the offense has been atrocious as well. They're 27th in runs scored, 25th in slugging percentage. They've scored 6, 6, 5, 0, 4, 2, 9, and 1 over their last few. It's not looking great. They're minus 115 in this game. The Angels are minus 105. We've got a total of 9 out there. The Angels are 7-7 on the road, 8-6 to the over on the road. The Royals are 6-7 at home, 7-6 to the over at home. Maybe we could see another good start from Kikuchi. Either way, we can kind of bank on a Royals bullpen collapse. I will take the Angels here at minus 105 on the road. It just feels like they're the better team. Rolling right along, we got an NL Central showdown between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Milwaukee Brewers. The Pirates and the Rangers are playing right now in Texas with the Rangers up 6-1 in the bottom of the 8th. We got an underplay on that game. Let's hope it can come through. The Pirates will hand the ball in this game to Paul Skeens, who's 3-1 on the year, a 3.27 ERA, coming off a short 4 innings, 3 hits, no runs allowed, 5 strikeouts outing there against Tampa Bay Rays. He hasn't given up more than 1 earned run over his last 4 starts. He's looked really, really good. The Pirates bullpen has taken a step in the right direction this year, down to a 3.65 bullpen ERA, and the offense, well, let's not get super high on the offense. They are 7th in runs scored, but they're 11th in batting average, 6th in on-base percentage, and it kind of feels to me like they're overachieving a bit. We'll see if that is proven true here as they take on the Brewers, who are 13-11. They just lost 2 out of 3 there in Detroit. They're going to hand the ball in this one to Brandon Woodruff, who's 2-0 on the year, a 3.42 ERA, coming off 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run allowed there in Miami. Before that, 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 of which was earned allowed there against the Nationals. He did get shelled by Boston, but also had a good start against Tampa Bay, so 3 out of 4 being excellent is not too bad. The Brewers' bullpen, middle of the road, a 4.31 bullpen ERA is certainly not great. The offense, well, 8th in the majors in runs scored, 4th in on-base percentage. They have dealt with some injuries, though, and they are 22nd in the majors in slugging percentage. Not really a team with a crazy amount of power. So looking at the numbers for this game, the Pirates are minus 135. The Brewers are plus 115. We've got a total of 7. Pittsburgh is 6-5 on the road, 6-5 to the over on the road. Milwaukee is 7-5 at home, 7-5 to the over at home. I'm getting Skeens at minus 135. I don't think we have to make it too much more complicated than that. Give me the Pirates in this one. They are going to be coming off a bit of a late game there, and they're going to have to travel from Texas to Milwaukee, so maybe they'll be a little bit tired, but I don't think Skeens will be. I'm expecting a long and very solid start from him. Next up, guys, we've got a matchup between 2 guys who used to be pitchers for the St. Louis Cardinals, both of whom are terrible, and now are pitching for new teams. The Nationals are heading to Chicago to take on the White Sox. The Nationals just lost 3 out of 4 against the Braves. They'll hand the ball to Miles Michaelis in this game. He's 0-3 on the year, a 9.15 ERA. His last start was amazing, guys. 4 innings, 4 hits, no runs allowed, and a 3-0 win over the Giants. His best start of the year by far, and he only lasted 4 innings. The Nationals bullpen is one of the worst bullpens in the majors, so if he's going to have short starts, that's going to put a lot of innings on a really bad bullpen. The Nationals offense has been excellent, 2nd in runs scored, top 10 in basically every major hitting statistic, so that's been good, but how well will they do down the stretch? We'll see. They're taking on the White Sox, who have won 3 out of their last 4. They just won 2 out of 3 there in Arizona, which was pretty tilting for us. They're going to hand the ball in this one to Eric Fetty, who's 0-3 on the year, a 3.92 ERA. I refuse to pronounce his name correctly, so do not correct me down there in the comments. This dude sucks, although maybe I got to take this all back. Maybe I got to reel it back in. I'm not sure what he's done different this year, but he's coming off a mediocre start against the Athletics, but he had been okay before that, albeit against some pretty bad teams. And let's keep in mind the White Sox are 0-4 with him on the mound. The White Sox bullpen has not been good this year either. Bottom 3 in the majors, a 5.75 bullpen ERA. And the offense has been nothing special. They're 27th in the majors in batting average. They're 21st in runs scored. There's one guy, you know who it is, that's hitting the ball for them. Other than that, it's not looking great. So this is kind of a bad matchup for both teams. The Nationals are plus 105. The White Sox are minus 125. We've got a total of 9 out there. Washington is 8-5 on the road, 8-5 to the over on the road. The White Sox are 3-6 at home, 5-4 to the over at home. Give me the over 9 in this game as a small lean. I think we'll see a decent amount of offense out there, and I do think the majority of it will come from the White Sox, so you can give me the White Sox here at minus 125 as well, but this is not really a game where I'm looking to get super involved. Next up, we're looking at the Sacramento Athletics heading to Texas to take on the Rangers. The Athletics are 13-12 on the year. They did just win 2 out of 3 up there in Seattle. They'll hand the ball in this game to Luis Severino. He's 0-2 on the year, a 6.20 ERA. His season has not gone great. He went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits and 5 earned runs on including 2 home runs against the White Sox's last amount. That's not a good start. 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs against the Rangers. That's not a good look, and now he's got to face the Rangers again. It's also worth noting the Athletics lost that game 8-1, so we'll see how this thing works out. The Athletics bullpen, maybe not a complete disaster, but definitely not top tier, and the offense, not as good as I thought it would be, if we're being honest. They're 17th in runs scored, 17th in on-base percentage, a slugging percentage of 386, nothing too special. So we'll see what they can do here on the road against the Rangers, who are currently up 6-1 there in the bottom of the 8th over the Pirates. 12-12 on the year, not amazing. They're going to hand the ball in this one to Nathan Eovaldi, who's 2-3 on the year, a 5.06 ERA. His last start was a weird one. He was up there in Seattle, 7-3 loss for the Rangers in the end. He went 5 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, only 2 of which were earned. His start before that, he dominated the Athletics over 7 innings. I think we could see something very similar in this one. The Rangers' bullpen has been the best bullpen, or one of the best 3 bullpens in the majors this year. They are, I guess, a step behind Cincinnati, but they've been amazing. The offense, amazing is not the word I would use. A little bit below average seems more accurate. They're 8th in slugging percentage, 19th in runs scored, 15th in batting average. We have liked what we've seen from Corey Seager at different points. Jake Berger, he's batting .250. He's got 5 home runs and 19 RBIs. We'll see what they can do in this matchup. The Athletics are plus 130. The Rangers are minus 155. We've got a total of 8.5. The Athletics are 8-7 on the road, 10-4-1 to the under on the road. The Rangers are 4-4 at home, 6-1-1 to the under at home. It's a Rangers game, so we're going to be looking at the under. No doubt about that. Under 8.5 seems very live with these two guys in the mound, although Severino has struggled. In terms of a side, definitely load me up here on the Texas Rangers. Eovaldi's been dominant in this matchup. I'm liking Texas here a lot. I know they are coming off of, playing, they're like kind of a, not even, actually, no, it's not even a late game. So I take that totally back. Give me the Rangers here at minus 155. I think it's an excellent spot. Next up, guys, we got the New York Yankees heading to Houston to take on the Astros. The Yankees, they come into this game fresh off of another sweep. They swept the Royals and then swept the Red Sox. Got to feel pretty good to sweep your rival there. They're going to hand the ball in this game to Will Warren. He's been great this year, 2-0, a 2.49 ERA. His last start was against the Royals, so take it with a grain of salt, but 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, and 11 strikeouts is pretty good work against anybody. That was a bounce back after a rough outing against the Angels, but generally speaking, he's been very, very good this year. The Yankees bullpen, very, very good seems like an overstatement. They've been decent. The offense is coming alive a little bit, but 4-4-4, 7-13, and 4 over the last few games is not top tier. They're 10th in the majors in runs scored. They're 7th in slugging percentage, but 28th in batting average is something to be a little bit concerned about. We'll see what they can do against the Astros. Houston, 10-16 on the year. They did just win 2 out of 3 against Cleveland, but it's been a rough season for them. They'll hand the ball in this game to Lance McCullers Jr. He's 1-1 on the year, a 6.20 ERA, that was not great. He's given up 4, 6, and 3 earned runs over his last 3 starts, respectively, and he's faced the Cardinals, Mariners, and Athletics over those 3 starts, and the Astros have lost all 3. The Houston bullpen has been atrocious, one of the worst 2 bullpens in the majors, and the offense has really been their only saving grace. They're 2nd in runs scored, 3rd in on-base percentage, 3rd in slugging percentage. Alvarez has been amazing for them, but you can only do so much when your pitching staff is terrible. The Yankees, they're minus 140 in this game. The Astros are plus 120. We've got a total of 9 out there in Houston. The Yankees are 7-4 on the road, 7-3-1 to the under on the road. The Astros are 7-6 at home, 9-4 to the over at home. I'll definitely take the Yankees. I know they're kind of sizable favorites, but Will Warren's been really, really good out there on the mound this year. Lance McCullers Jr., I cannot say the same from him. I definitely think this is a good spot to back the Yankees, and minus 140 is not a bad price. Next up, guys, we're looking at the Seattle Mariners heading to St. Louis to take on the Cardinals. The Mariners just lost 2 out of 3 against the Athletics. They're only 11-15 on the year, so not off to a very good start. They'll hand the ball in this one to George Kirby, who is off to a pretty decent start. He's 3-2 on the year, a 2.97 ERA. He just had to pitch out of a lot of trouble there against the Rangers. 5 2/3 innings, 7 hits, but only 1 earned run allowed. He struck out 5 and walked 2 in that game, and it was eventually a 7-3 win there for the Mariners. Overall, I haven't hated what I've seen from him at all this year. The Mariners' bullpen has also been pretty playable. A 3.44 bullpen ERA is not a problem. The problem for this team has been their lack of offense. They're 19th in runs scored. They're 24th in slugging percentage, 24th in batting average. It has been a pretty marked drop-off from last year. We'll see what they can do against the Cardinals, who at 14-10 on the year are looking better than expected at least. They just won 1 out of 3 in Miami. Now they're back home, and they're going to hand the ball in this one to Andre Palante, who's 2-1 on the year, a 4.05 ERA. His last start, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run allowed against Houston. The start for that, he got obliterated by Boston, but I would say 3 out of his 4 starts this year have been very reasonable. The Cardinals' bullpen has been a problem, something you would kind of expect for a not very good team. A 5.17 bullpen ERA, pretty bad. The offense, well, they're coming off a game they scored 1 run, so definitely in a bounce back spot. They're 13th in runs scored. They're 16th in on-base percentage, 20th in batting average. We're starting to see some of these early hot hitting numbers fall off. Looking at the numbers for this game, the Mariners are minus 160. The Cardinals are plus 135. We've got totals out there of 7.5 or 8. The Mariners are only 1-8 on the road, 7-2 to the under on the road. The Cardinals are 7-5 at home, 7-5 to the over at home. I'm actually going to lean a bit towards the Cardinals. In front of their home fans at plus 135, I think is a pretty reasonable spot. Palante's shown good stuff at different points this season. I do worry about how well they're going to be able to hit George Kirby or the Mariners, bullpen in general. So yeah, this is a slight lean, but the Cardinals at big plus money at home has some value. Rounding into the home stretch here, guys, we got the Chicago Cubs heading to LA to take on the Dodgers. The Cubs are 16-9 on the season. They're on a 9-game winning streak. They just swept the Phillies after sweeping the Mets. They're looking really good. They'll hand the ball in this one to Jameson Taillon. He's 1-1 on the year, a 3.97 ERA. He dominated the Mets his last time out. He did struggle against the Pirates, but he also struck out 10 in that game. A bad outing against the Twins, but he got off to a good start in his season, taking down the Angels. So we'll see what he looks like in this one. It's about as big of a test as you could possibly have taking on the Dodgers. Now, the Cubs bullpen has been good. Top 10 in the majors, a 3.46 bullpen ERA. Not something I'm going to complain about. The offense has also been excellent. 5th in runs scored, 3rd in batting average, 5th in slugging percentage. Nico Hoerner, Ian Happ, both off to excellent starts. So they're hoping they can keep things rolling here as they take on the Dodgers. Now, LA not having the best time. They just lost 2 out of 3 against the Giants. They did win the last game of that series, though. In game 1 of this series, they're going to hand the ball to Emmett Sheehan. He's 2-0 despite sporting a 5.85 ERA. His last start was against the Rockies. Take that with a grain of salt. 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs allowed. He gave up 3 earned runs over 6 innings against the Rangers, 4 earned runs on 7 innings against Washington. We'll see what he can do here against a Cubs team that is swinging some pretty hot bats. The Dodgers bullpen, not great. A 4.27 bullpen ERA is not amazing, but the offense is still pretty much off the charts good. They are 4th in runs scored, 1st in batting average, 1st in slugging percentage, 1st in on-base percentage. I mean, they're the Dodgers, guys. I don't think I have to dig too much deeper than that. The Cubs are plus 145 in this game. The Dodgers are minus 165. We've got a total of 9.5. The Cubs are 5-4 on the road, 6-2-1 to the over on the road. The Dodgers are 9-3 at home, 7-5 to the under at home. At plus 145, and with Taillon on the mound against Sheehan, I'm actually leaning a bit towards the Cubs in this spot. They're hitting the ball better than the Dodgers hit the ball in their series against San Francisco by far. I think the Cubs are catching LA at a pretty good spot in this one, and giving the Cubs plus 145 is some significant value. Last but not least, we're looking at the Miami Marlins heading to San Francisco to take on the Giants. The Marlins are 12-13 on the season. They just won 2 out of 3 against the Cardinals. Now they got to head to San Francisco, though, so not exactly the shortest trip going from Miami to San Francisco. They're going to hand the ball in this one to Sandy Alcantara, who's 2-2 on the year, a 3.06 ERA, coming off a mediocre start against the Brewers. 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs allowed. He walked 6 in that game, and we saw the Marlins lose 5-2. He hasn't looked great in either of his last 2 starts, so that is a concern here. The Marlins bullpen has been excellent, though. Top 5 in the majors basically the whole year. A 3.13 bullpen ERA. Looks nice. The offense, 4-3, 5-5, and 2 over their last few games. They're 13th in runs scored, but 5th in batting average and 7th in on-base percentage, so I'll give them some credit. They haven't looked terrible at the plate, but it also hasn't been top tier recently. The Giants just won 2 out of 3 there against the Dodgers, so that's very, very good news. They're 11-14 on the year, which isn't great. They'll hand the ball in this one to Adrian Hauser, who has had a little bit of a struggle. He's 0-2, a 5.40 ERA. His last 4 starts, he's given up 4 runs in each one of them. It hasn't been great. He's faced the Phillies, Orioles, and Washington, and it's just been a little bit of a struggle for him, generally speaking, this season. The Giants' bullpen has been excellent, top 5, top 6 in the majors, no concerns there. The offense, though, has been problematic. They are 29th in runs scored, 29th in on-base percentage, despite being 10th in batting average. So we'll see if they can come with some offense in this one. The Marlins are minus 115. The Giants are minus 105. Total of 7.5 in this game. Miami's only 2-7 on the road, 6-2-1 to the over on the road. The Giants are 5-7 at home, 6-4-2 to the under at home. I'm going to lean towards the Giants quite a bit in this game with the Marlins, playing coming off such a long trip and, with the time difference and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not sure I like this one enough to put it in the pinned comment. Guys, that's all the games we have here for today on a very, very busy Friday. Do me a big favor, hit that like button. It hopefully will bring you good luck on all of your bets, and it'll definitely help me get these videos promoted out there. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. It's absolutely free and helps us get closer to our goal of 100,000 subscribers this year. Let me know in the comments any questions you have on today's slate. I'm more than happy to get back to you. Thank you for watching these videos, guys. You can click the link in the description to get over there to stumpthespread.com. It's also a link in the pinned comment. Check out all the great free stuff over there, the free picks tab, the free email newsletter, and definitely check out those premium picks. And guys, we'll see you right back here tomorrow, same time, same place, for more sports betting action.